I've come to the historical coastal town of Rethymno, which is one of the first settlements on the island. It's a town brimming with charm and character. It's like a maze back here. You can really get lost in the quaint cobblestone streets. You can see the lasting legacies of Crete's two biggest occupiers, the Venetians and the Turks, in the unique architecture of the old town. The grand Venetian fort that overlooks the old town is a reminder of the bitter siege between these two cultures and has unique Turkish elements like a mosque which sits in the centre of the fort. Walking around the old town, it's fascinating to see the different artisanal products and artefacts that represent Cretan culture and traditions. There was one in particular that I wanted to learn more about, the Cretan LIRA, an instrument native to the island.
The LIRA is with 3 strings and it's similar like a violin because you play with a bow.
Okay.
Okay?
How long does it take to make one?
It needs about 10 days.
10 days? Oh wow.
10 days, yes. It's a lot of work. We used to start from this piece. You can make, that's the back side, okay? This one, this part. This part. So you can make it from mulberry, you can make it from rosewood, you can make it from walnut, that's a walnut tree.
Oh wow.
Okay, it's very beautiful, it's very nice.
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
And then you take out all the wood. The top is, it comes from, that's a cedar.
Cedar?
Yeah, that's a very old wood. It used to be 600 years old.
600 years old?
Yeah, when the Venetians were here. And that's why you can find them in the old town, some old houses. And when the wood is older, it's much better for the sound, okay? There's some decorations also here. We have the tie. It's a little similar like a violin. And the instrument is ready. You want to hear it?
Yes, please. Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
That's what's a traditional.
It's really nice. It's very beautiful.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
How did you get into making the
It's a family business. It comes from my father.
Ah,
Yeah,
wow.
my father is one of the oldest men in the world who makes the LIRA. He's making now about 45 years. From when I was very young, he took me in our shop, the store in my village. I was working with him. So I think from that time this comes in my heart.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm still working here.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yes, of course. It's beautiful.
Another age-old tradition can be found in the rural part of Rethymno, where native grapes are still cultivated to make Crete's delicious wine. Cretan winemaking is really popular here on the island, and there are many wineries that have gained international recognition. So I've come to a small family-run winery called Kourkoulou in the Rethymno region, and the family started this winery in 2017, born out of a passion for making their own wine at home. And you don't really get rain in the summer, do you?
We don't have so many rain
No,
days.
yeah.
No. We started in 2017 with a production of 2 labels. After 5 years, finally, we have a bigger production, which includes 2 whites, 2 rosé, 1 light and 1 deeper,
Yep.
and 1 red, and also 1 small series of limited edition. The whites are Villana, Vidiano. Villana is the most cultivated white grape in Crete,
Okay.
but Vidiano is the most famous.
And that's a white grape as well.
Is this one?
This one.
You can
Oh,
try
that's
if you
the one
want.
you're growing. And
Yes.
you can try as well.
Yes. Do you want to give you a bunch?
Yeah, okay. Did you say this was the most famous?
It's the most famous in Crete and also very, very popular in Greece. It's a very sweet grape, as you can see.
It is very sweet, yeah. Does
And
this make quite sweet white wine? Fruity?
very, very tropical fruity wine. We are so proud about this variety because it's from this place, so that's why we decided to make a hot bottle of this variety that you will try. Another information about the vines. They don't need so much water. So as you can see, we're so close to the gorge, so we are so close to a water place.
Yeah.
Because of the soil, it's very easy to find water. The only thing that we are doing is to cut all the leaves near to the grape and made easy ways for the sun to go through, because the sun is the most important thing for the grape because of the sugar, the tannins, the vitamins, the color, all of them based on the sun.
Are you part of the family?
Not exactly, but I have a connection with the family because the mom of the family is my godmother, so that's why
right, okay.
I came here.
Yeah.
Ladies, beautiful ladies, we need that help.
You need to help to pick the grapes. Is it difficult? Hard work?
No, it's okay.
Where do I cut from? Here?
Yeah.
Here? Kind of easy. Thank you, Arkadi.
You're welcome, you're
I'll
welcome.
leave
Have a nice
I'll
day.
leave the experts to it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Niko took me to meet the rest of the family, and it was amazing to see the different generations working together. They explained to me that they prefer to pick the grapes by hand instead of using machines because it results in a better quality wine. It was also interesting to see how the wine is bottled and labelled by them. The whole operation is done exclusively at this winery, and it's very much a family business. I could really feel how passionate they are about making great quality wine. So now the fun part, I get to try the wines that the family makes, and they've also laid out a very tasty looking spread of traditional Greek food, so can't wait to dig in.
We're going to start with our first white. The name of the label is Peduzali. In our winery, as I'm saying, we have 4 different varieties, 3 whites and 1 red. This wine has all of them inside, and the red one. Villana, Vidiano, Moscato Spinas, and Liatico.
Wow,
Okay.
that's a mouthful. Yes, smells amazing. Very, very tasty. This is a much darker
Yes.
rosé.
8 hours skin contact, 100% of Liatico, aromas from red fruits, passion fruits, strawberries again, berries, blueberries.
Okay. I just
next
realised I don't know how to say cheers in Greek, so can you teach
In
me?
Greek
In Greek.
is yamas,
Yamas.
in our health means.
Yamas.
In Crete, we say eviva. Eviva,
Eviva.
yes.
Oh, so there's actually a Cretan way of saying
Yes.
cheers as well. Yamas is
In
Greek.
Greek?
Eviva.
Eviva,
Eviva. In Crete. Cretan.
yes.
The Arkadi Monastery is a symbol of the revolt of Cretans against the Ottoman Empire, which began in the mid-19th century. So this is a central church which stands in the middle of this holy monastery, and it's even more impressive in real life. The monastery is almost fortress-like with high, thick walls, and many Cretan soldiers sought refuge here during the resistance. I'm just wandering through the monks' cells, and this is where, during the siege, which lasted 2 weeks in 1866, the Cretan soldiers were brought here and they were treated when they were injured. So you can actually have a look at the cells and see what they were like. Despite the monastery being the perfect safe house for the Cretan soldiers, it was not enough to fend off the Ottomans forever. It's sad to stand here and know the story. They say that in 1866, this is where, during the Cretan revolt, the Cretans decided to come here and lock themselves up in this room, which was used to store ammunition, and they decided to blow themselves up with the gunpowder that they had instead of surrendering to the Turkish. A stark reminder of the tragedy that unfolded here is a dead cypress tree in the courtyard, which contains a bullet lodged in it from the Turkish siege. There is also a memorial which contains the skulls and bones of the victims. It's really quite eerie, just all these skulls staring back at you. So I'm here at the Melidoni Cave, and this place also has a very tragic history in the island of Crete. It's said that hundreds of civilians and soldiers came here, barricaded themselves in, hiding from the Turks, and the Turks couldn't get them out, so they basically lit a fire, locked them in, and essentially choked these civilians to death. I'm in the central chamber of the cave, and they call this part the Hall of Heroes, and you can see the tomb, and this is where the remains of the women, the children and the resistance fighters are kept. Such a beautiful cave. It's almost hard to imagine that such a horrible tragedy happened here. I've heard that one of Crete's last traditional pastry masters is here in Rethymno, and I couldn't leave without coming and seeing with my own eyes how Crete's famous pastry sweets are made and trying them for myself. YIORGOS has been making traditional Philo pastry since the times of the Second World War, and to this day he still makes them alongside his wife and son. He's got this incredible passion for producing these pastries by hand, and some entertaining tricks up his sleeve. Did your dad teach you?
Of course, my dad did.
Does he think that you're as good as him now?
Not enough.
Not enough? It takes many of these thin pastry layers to make the traditional Greek sweets, baklava and kataifi, which are dripping with honey and covered in nuts.
One kataifi, baklava.
Moment of truth. Wow. That is so delicious. Crispy, so sweet. The honey, the sweetness from the honey and the nuts. He really is a true pastry master. Absolutely amazing.